Greg, thank you for being here.
Lori, it's good to be here.
So Tiger Woods gets into a crash. He's charged with DUI. So either he was under the influence or he wasn't. Simple, right? Tell us about what makes this case a little more complicated.
Well, in this case, it's a little more complicated because Tiger Woods agreed to take a breath test. The breathalyzer came back triple zeros, showing no alcohol in his body, but the issue is whether he was impaired. There were statements regarding hydrocodone, Vicodin. Law enforcement found 2 hydrocodone pills in his pocket.
And they were loose in his pocket. Does that make a difference?
Well, it does. I mean, that's actually a crime under Tennessee law to have prescription drugs that are outside the prescription bottle. But again, let's kind of break this down. You have to have reasonable suspicion to stop someone and then probable cause to make an arrest. In this situation, Tiger Woods was driving his Range Rover at a rapid rate of speed in Jupiter, Florida. A truck hauling a trailer slowed in front of him. He clips the trailer, rolls the truck, has to crawl out the window, and then when law enforcement arrives, all the usual symptoms. He was sluggish. He had red and bloodshot eyes. He had slurred speech. So, you know, a lot of red flags. But what's interesting, law enforcement continued their investigation.
Should he have refused, could he have refused the field sobriety test for one?
I think he could have, because under the gold standard, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, if you've had a serious collision, they're not supposed to give you field sobriety test. The one-leg stand, the 9-step heel to toe, pivot, and turn. So he would have been well within his rights not to take the field sobriety test. Curious as to whether, if he was not free to leave from the very beginning, any statements could be suppressed because he wasn't Mirandized. So, you know, it's interesting whether those field sobriety tests, whether one, they should have been given. Second, if they were given, whether they would be admissible.
What about the urinalysis? He said no to that.
That was a smart play by Tiger. Even though he agreed to the blood, he very cagily did not agree to the urinalysis because that would have shown opioids in his system. So that was very smart. Also, he let law enforcement know that he'd had over 20 surgeries on his leg, 7 surgeries on his back. Another reason why field sobriety tests shouldn't have been given. But you know, Tiger Woods entered a plea of not guilty, but he did what most smart clients and most smart lawyers tell you to do when you have bad facts. He didn't want to go to jail for 48 hours, lose his license to litter pickup. He's going to treatment. So he's had a history of issues with driving, arrest, but very unfortunate. But it's going to be interesting to see whether the evidence that we're hearing about in media reports actually sticks in a courtroom.
We'll be watching. All right, Greg, thank you.
And if you have a legal question, you can send it to AskIsaacs@WATE.com. Remember, we talk with Greg every Wednesday at 5:30 right here on Channel 6. For a deeper conversation, you can watch right now on our free WATE 6 Plus app.